Yenda Sebu Aqua Ba Moa John Fambra KFM TV Eso Enmeno Siankasi and a brand way drew. Sembe Brenana Cosway Tregu and Hube here ye say Muama ne Bonnie Tremono. Ye the best somo don Shribako and Temu. Ye da Sibe say Fidino Eda here. Na sana no yenda boa for no masidebia omo ene boy tree dom. Ye sha said ya. Ye ko talent microfinance for no masie ye. Talent ye biaya ye ma besia sebeje efa koye adwuma eyensi hu ketwa bi na da ho a besia no je abetimi etu adwuma bi apese oye bia no je nefa koye mfa so ebeba so no tete omode mo a na be ye odwetira wo de ba be bobro man ga na hankrabata ne do so pi omato apitimu de be wo no kwa ombehwa isikasem ho hihye bia no etimi edi ama de odi ho no eye dadaba tech hub eno so ye phone se ne ho aka de phone bia wo hia bia no wose bra ne beji bi upe bi etu akwakoton a eno so ne nyina bi oye bi ewo ho phone so ne border form pa ebo adwuma nya asem keto akra ne kira kwan no eye kaneshi dru kaneshi a bisamranti omo pa itakwa station e hyen no dadaba tech hub ne kira kwan no ewo ho a wo bo adwuma dendende a enya asem keto akra okwa phone ne ho akade bia no behwe etimi ama obi ama bibia na koye etimi edi ama odi otwa to okra no eye KFM Musical Center and also your instrumenta etiapo one wo from ahodi wom oto ebeche di ama wo no wo mo di abedwa man so mo de man nyum to foku nyina sorry ahodo ankrankre a mo hia instrument e wona ni mo no wo se bra beji min kraimanta mu hade mo akra zongo lane wo asantimantem so akopie mu wedum wo mo ne Sambra Hotel no na ebo enimhwe okwa instrument ne ho pempra de bia no be ma obi ama bibia na koyi kama etimi edi ama nyumekuo miensen ne nanyumre omobo machidom emamden sema hodo ne ba besomo ewo KFM TV esensem no eni no ebi eni ene ye bebwera eye aban emu na soafo no ehwe eye yesika ya hyente ade bo ho nsem aye Ministry of Transport no wo mo de nsem bia betudwo mo kyeremi se enche bia na ebenya airport ewo Bogatanga eno ne hihye ya wo mo aya enche bia no ehun poporo ye ne yebehu ewo man mu nkyeremu wo hwan na enwumre mede ebe somo ewo kase no emu ye be konsem foforo mu edi amawo na ye aguna nya akrom adehye a wonom do MPP ameni ko omo ho no omo che se ye Kennedy akompre kwa Japan watwe ni ti se obetimi agine mahim franka ma MPP ameni ko no ebe yanka ye nto ne nto ba bi sanse nsem woni ho pa okogine mpa enya de betimi aboa ama MPP ameni ko ne kumdie etimi akọ ede ama wonomo ye bebwera edwedie ensememu na nsembi abobọ aba ni nyina ne free eye Ghana Gold Board wonoma kache wonoma gold eye fom agudie bi wo mafa nkomde kwa akobie bombi man so ayache omo no ho nsem ho abetie ne keka sa gold omu wi nyina aboma no sombo 100 million Ghana cedis entwemu ho a rasa meje mfidi abetudwa obetie ewo kase no emu we ni gidie emu eja kwa otwasini ewo man Ghana hanso abekasa o chese amemu a NDC ameni okoni buo no sebio eya amemu fon pa enkoye kran ti Ghana fo nyina esu tempenten kwa efrem pipi ameni okoni senkebe ya wo musan so metina so bi na bibia no entimi enkoye nsema foforo binum eka we ho a do hwe ba kontimi hwemu ni nyina no betie ewo kase no eso edi no eye Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi from Afia Medame ho aba meba ye hyase asemu akwa babiem obre ne wadaje ade bia wo de fem ye wo KFM TV eso na nsem na etwegu ya be fontentan fidie no eso KFM TV JH on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube, you follow on Facebook na ye ba live pa unya notification anu etimi aba be kan bi na wo ho sisi anso ne de bo share no suma odofo bi no no so ntimi be ka kase no eho me share nsem na se na enwumre e de ama de ya manio esemo na sisi a ye wono ma ye bo mudin aso afo di bre no maba be kitamu a mo hwa ma ho ntotwe ne ho kan konetimi akọ nanimu no ye de dwumedie bi e frɛ ne se government accountability series ni nyina no bra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama bo obi din di brebi share ne sano niema hodo a waye from efiti saa bre na hwe animu bebi odi abedru ne bebi odi konyina no wode hu nkuntabuo mapa ba betu dwasanse edija wane edi asoa onti edi ama wodie nkuntabuo die wo se otimaga na fo nyina hu niema hodo a waye edi abo aso ye kwa ya bo odin wo ho ne nedue no mejina ye transport ministry no wonom akache na ora Joseph Nikpe Bukari wono na yabo ni din a wono hwe saa aso ye ne so ne wogina apaso kasa ye niema bebre omo ba omo ba beye nanum no che se bro so afna mu san wi eje saa di bre no mebu so me ne da na etoso aduonu enum wo mo hweye ma hwenti ade bo ne so te oha mu ebupen dunum sanse na fango bo ne wo so mampeni ye hihye me ba fom ma saa dwumedie ne hihye ne bo aye ma hwenti ade bo ne ba fom a aboa ma wono ma wo mo ko mo dwuma so ne omo niema hodo mo ye nyina ne etimi aba fom dia ma mo sanse hwenti ade bo ne ebi ebu mu nkompa ite no any jumedi omo betina aso eka ho bia omaye edi aboa transport ministry no Ra Joseph Bukari nensem no
burden on commuters and mirror microeconomic improvement such as the reduction in fuel prices. Government negotiated for 15% decrease in public transport fares. This reduction, which took place or effect on May 24th, 2025, represents the most significant decrease recorded since the administrative arrangement on public transport fares was introduced in 2015. This measure has provided relief to commuters whilst maintaining operational stability of the transport operators.
Yeguswa ejina na kache na osanso di tuja wo chim se ne uba ya kwan ne akwantempo ne so a eso achi ye pa na senye obi etu kwan obefa nsuo so obi befa wiemu hyen ene ho nkro no ba no nyina ebi kran so fa nsuo so eno emobia bia ya wo konetimi ni kodru jojo nenso no ebehu behia yie se wono ma omotwi ye efidie tetafo ebi friend se okada potoka semu no nkebe ya omoso ye mo akwanya no na ni nyina no mu gina eye Road Traffic Act 2004 na chesensiesie mape wo so mo ye efa ho ewa amamranim omoso timi ba ya akwan ne so me hoti na edini no wo mo etu saa na mo no pepepe se ne ese na efata sanse ye efidie tetafa na so okada bia ya wo konetimi de wo kontem so pa na emom na hyen ne niema ahodo no eya na traffic akram ni nyina ne hihye ya ahodo a transport ministry no mo so de ba beka ho aboa ama traffic ahodo echi no eto etimi abrase.
Transport has long been Ghana's economic backbone and primary mode of travel. All transport, whether by air, sea, rail, ultimately ends with the means of road transport. However, the sector faces challenges like congestion and inefficiencies. Current efforts aim to enhance safety and efficiency are: 1. Regularization of motorcycles and tricycles for fare-paying passengers. Motorcycles and tricycles, commonly known as Okada, are vital for transportation system. However, current regulation bans their use, creating enforcement and safety challenges. To establish a robust regulatory framework, the ministry has begun processes to amend the Road Traffic Act 2004, Act 683, and the Road Traffic Regulations 2012, LI 2180. Stakeholder consultations have been completed and the proposed amendments have been approved by Cabinet to be laid in Parliament when they reassume.
Rani pesa so de tuja wo chere mi se ne okopie mo voter le Kenya Fosuah Oduahoma adihye binum tena so twa ekọ bebi foforo bi mo pese o mokọ no eya na nkwanhia bebre na etimi esi na nsen kra na ne esukufo bi a no mokọ akọtro wo mo nsọhwe kra no wo mokodo a no motimu ne koda ni butuye ema de oyele kese pa ene bai no ene nam so amampanyifo etu sa na mo ne se o mo ba be hwe de nhihye ye gu akwa mu se be ya akwanhia hodo a esi ewo ye nsu anso aso ewo manga na ha no eto etimi echa
of inland waterways and water lake. To enhance safety and regulation of inland water transport, the Ghana Maritime Authority will soon open an inland waterway safety and regulation office at Akosombo, working closely with the Water Lake Transport Company on the water lake safety. A research and rescue unit will be established at Pando Toko. In addition, the Ghana Maritime Authority search and rescue vessel, Mate Kole, will be stationed there, and I look forward to commissioning this viable or important project. 7. Other inland waterways used for transportation. Ladies and gentlemen, most people living along the water lake and other water bodies depend on canoes and boats for daily transportation. However, inland waterways often lack security measures, leading to frequent accidents and deaths. This year alone, 7 students drowned in Dipe, Laura District, and 2 people died in a boat accident in Bompama in the Wild West. Even my constituency, Sabuba, has had its fair experience in boat accidents. To improve the safety of inland water transport, government through the Ghana Maritime Authority is deploying safety officers and establishing satellite offices. His Excellency the President will commission the safety teams later this year after their training.
Wochem Sabayan Share Shenim say Bogatanga, a ades on Beshe, Eddie Rimshani be aqua cotoha, and no barbebois, I may Rimshen Honsem Kayana Fins and Waquin to Honsemno, Etimi Edgenan in Menumono, a bebois de Juma Mapa, any affins in Yama for Frobe bribe, one more mining can conin in Chitimi Aconimono, Bibia Etimi Eddie Munche Mono, any.
Following President Mahama's directives, steps are being taken to develop a modern airport in Bolgatanga in the Upper East region. The airport will accommodate jet crafts, serving as a key gateway to the Upper East region and boosting important sectors including trade, tourism, and mining. Currently, studies and site assessment are underway to support the implementation of this project. 7. Development of an MRO and establishment of aviation training academy at Ho Airport. To revive the Ho Airport through a public-private partnership and transform it into a hub for aviation training and aircraft maintenance, a 10-acre site within the airport has been allocated for this development. The first phase involves establishing a pilot training academy and offers internationally certified programs for aspiring pilots in the West Africa sub-region. The second phase will develop an MRO facility to support the maintenance of domestic and regional aircraft. This initiative aligns with government's broader plan to leverage regional airports and diversify Ghana's aviation sector.
Osanso di tuja na nsem no chem sen kane eye Kumasi Airport ayasisemu aye no Prempeh the First International Airport no eno so senior runway no na etie no kane na 1981 meters sia no empanyifo ba betrechemu akwa kodu 2320 meters ani nyina na beboa se ba awiemu hyen free obi man so bepie mu a ombenya biaye kese no etimi esisi we ni hyehyeye eni dwumedi ahodo a Ghana mampeni eside atudwa ni nyina na eba beboa eye saaseye no eho emunchemu ne nsem osan so de kan ho yento aso
Ajiman the First International Airport runway extension. Following the completion of a new terminal building at the Prempeh Ajiman the First International Airport, the runway, which currently measures 1,981 meters in length, is being extended to 2,320 meters to accommodate medium-sized aircrafts and facilitate international flight operations. The project is 90% complete and it is expected to be completed by end of this year. Additionally, night operations have been extended at Prempeh Ajiman the First International Airport from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. and at Tamale International Airport from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., supporting government 24-hour economic policy and enhancing passenger convenience.
Wasanso kasai na nsem no chese sisi ano ye 24-hour economy Ghana mampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama pa hontoma no eba beboa ama edwuma itimi atena so ebusua ene ye mpon we remu na we pie we abeni die wie na we kɔ na we so eba Now say dwumedie ne hye no kyese ye dan ni ekohwe ye DVLA omo akachia saa dwumedie na kyerɛkyerɛ akɔhwa ene nei obi pese ohwe nkrata ne niema bi fa nation ahodo a okita ho akwanya sede bia ne ebre bia no betimi abo awremu na wakwa amasa nkrata asem no metimi aye ni yi ede amano na ni semu no Ra Joseph etre bia ya ahodo bi asisi oni ye kase no 24-hour economy na hyase e wo DVLA omo offices ahodo a e wo man Ghana.
DVLA 24-hour services. To improve and expand service delivery and support the implementation of the 24-hour economy policy, the authority has established a new operational office at the Adenta bus terminal here in Accra. This modern facility operates 24 hours a day, offering round-the-clock services to enhance accessibility and convenience for motorists in Adenta and nearby areas. Ladies and gentlemen, the DVLA has since May this year commissioned and operationalized 4 new offices in Adenta, Boale, Asamankase, and Akotia. 2 new offices in Doma and Bechin are set to be commissioned later this month. With the operationalization of these offices, the authority is taking steps to close the service gap and bring its operations closer to citizens in underserved areas.
Yefri sansem ni mo na ye ntoa so mpem koye ni mo nsem foforo mo na Owura Dennis Miracle Aboaja fimpi mielu na aduonu nan ono ena na eto nkra edi free eye NPP amenyuko akachibra na eye His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia enkane Ghana mampeni abedichi a fimpi mielu na aduonu nan na osa nso gina muhim franka edi NPP amenyuko no kasa edi manitin nkra to ahodo bia no to edi free na kache edi ba Emma Ghana this year, and we about Montina. War can send be an insem no what they call the National Democratic Congress and this Amenu Kunochema. A year for me good year to Galam say, and your Moshe Bobe Brain, now mobile mobile, and so no mobile no, or moon who be a crom with this answer meaning I efa. Send ye Galam say no net here no sape penage and a cry, Jensen, what I said, the uncle Yinano. And this Amenu Kuno, Munja sound from Son and Tromo, so Sansa send your Moshe Bo. Any Jumedian nation must say obeying in ano, Adabraka, Omunuru baby, and Shemun is Semni Semafu Bura, Dennis Miracle Aboaja, what they can't any.
You know, when you talk to a 24-year-old or an 18-year-old today about Galamsey, they are likely to have an understanding that the Galamsey we are seeing today in our river bodies and our forest reserves probably started in the last 8 years. Because there's a certain spin that this NDC government placed on Galamsey and created an impression that is something that the Fosuah Oduahoma created and introduced. That our water bodies are milkier, they are this way because of a Fosuah Oduahoma. In fact, the president reiterated this propaganda in his media engagements when he was asked about Galamsey and what he is doing about it. He made a point to the effect that with the damage that was caused in the last 8 years, nobody should expect that they can fix it in 8 months. First of all, it is a lie, it is misleading, and it's gaslighting. And that is what heightens the fear. And that is what also reinforces the fact that the man has no commitment whatsoever to fight Galamsey. And I say that without any contradiction. He is only managing the country and is finding his way around it to still allow the menace to fester. Why? Because right now, even as he is in government, he has prioritized the economic gains he will get from the gold, illegal gold money over the environment and the environmental safety of the people. And that was reflected in his responses. Now, in 2010, that was when the Galamsey we are seeing today, the one on river bodies and forest reserves, actually popped up. I remember one afternoon, I was watching TV, that I saw Professor Mills and Mr. Potofi, then the Director General for NADMO, in one cocoa farm, somewhere in Achim Buakwa area. And that was when Professor Mills made that statement, that the rate at which Galamsey has now entered our forest areas and our riverside, and even our cocoa farms, is becoming devastating. So Anas Arimiyao Anas actually has an investigative report on Galamsey, somewhere 2010, 2011, describing the Galamsey. In fact, if you watch that Anas video and you don't pay attention to the date, you may think it's a video from 2020, 2022, because the impression was created as if all these things we are seeing, you are showing today, is a creation between 2017, and that is our first one.
Yejina ora Dennis Miracle Abwajana Kachia na nsɛm a wɔkan ye no wɔsan so to aso a wɔchem sɛ ndisi ameni okone kasa bi ɔmo kyɛ sɛ ɔmɛtena abenwa ne so afurugina mu no wɔmo nkyɛ bi ebe abosome ne wɔtwepɛ enti no sɛ ne bi no ma di susu sɛ dwumadie ne hyehyɛ wɔ so mo di gu akwan mu aboa ma galamsey ne tro timi twa no ebre ni so a edi moment nkomo mo break across de bi ebre ne de sɛ bi obetimi aye bibia ye ma mfinhia na edukra na na wontimi nya wontimi nye na obi obetimi aye no ma mfinhia na kakra bi obetimi aye a obetimi aye sanse bra na pipi ameni okoni wa abenwa ne mu no na enkane mampedi na nado dankwa Akufo-Addo etiso no wo yen hyehyɛ ye koduru ba bi kra de tabono be se mfinhia ne mienu eto efom agudie to na mra kwan so no ne boaye e ma sise nsu anso na ba bedu sampempen so eni omo so bagi kremu a ene ma age ansemu kra ni nti omo de womo esusu sese bi obetimi aya hyehyɛ ne niam bi na wo se okeka bom di gu akwam na emom enye nna dodo bebre de be ma wo no eno na be kyerɛ sɛ obetimi akon etia ye galamsey ni kyerɛ mu ora Dennis Miracle Abwaje what they cast answer.
That impression that 8 months is too short a time for anybody to deal with galamsey is the lamest, laziest, the most lackadaisical response from any group of persons.
How so?
Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, when he was voted into office in 2017, in April 2017, placed a ban on all forms of mining. That was his first action against the fight galamsey. For 20 months, close to 2 years, Nana placed a ban on galamsey and started reorganizing the mining sector. Guess what? By the time we got to 17 December 2018, all CSOs, all media persons led by City at the time said that, Mr. President, where we have reached, we think at this point we can lift the ban. And then based on all the things we have introduced, now have a proper view of the situation and the space and fix it. You, City, have on your portal videos and documentaries of the river bodies having been cleared from this color.
Improved.
No, not cleared from this color to a much more cleaner water as at 2018, as at 2019. You even have a report in 2021 where you were showing how the Ofen River is improving and clearing up.
Yeah.
So Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo proved that you can actually take action on galamsey in 3 months when you come to office. And when you do that, there would actually be results. Let me tell you what happened to Akufo-Addo. No, I'm coming. Let me tell you what happened to Akufo-Addo. When Akufo-Addo inherited the galamsey menace in 2017, because if the galamsey menace was not there, there was no way in 3 months he was going to place a ban. You agree with me? So that lie, that falsehood, the president peddled at the media engagement, which they peddled for 8 years whilst we were in office, should be thrown in the bin. Galamsey was actually a creation under the NDC at the time when John Mahama was vice president. It was rather Akufo-Addo who came to inherit this and made attempt to fix it. But when Akufo-Addo came, he was the one who embraced the media and CSOs in the fight against galamsey. And that was the time when your reporters were with the military men in the helicopter. And they were holding their cameras covering galamsey. That was Akufo-Addo's undoing. When he opened up the space and brought everybody's eyes into the fight, then people became more enlightened. And the more people became enlightened, the more people became alarmed. So guess what? When former President Mahama won power in 2013 and became president, galamsey was already festering. So he set up a task force led by Honorable Unisa Fuseni. By 2016, the task force actually announced that they have given up on the fight against galamsey. It's on record, it's on your portal, it's on MindJoy, it's on every portal. Mahama Yariga said that, I called EPA, I called Minerals Commission, I called all these people and told them that, look, it doesn't look like we can win this fight. Yes. It's on record. It's on record. And that is what led to, and this was in September 2016, and that is what led to the conversation about galamsey coming up again in the last quarter of 2016 towards the elections. Then Akufo-Addo said, this is my solution. When I come, I'm going to introduce alternative ways of doing this thing and some responsible mining. And that is what led to him taking decisive action in his first 3 months when he became president.
I was saying, you know, Dennis Miracle Abwaje Sema or the Abetu Jaffa galamsey ya Otomani, the National Democratic Congress, and this menu kono. Na yenjin kratwa edi kanyeba, 7 bebre na o haide twaso ama.
amanfo ene ye mama kwaba e de ba eye KFM musical shop a ye to so mienu no wo free eye kumase Malcolm dadam ho no e sane e de ba adum no saa bre no wudu eye Sambra Junction Sambra Hotel kwanta no so pe na shop no ene Sambra Hotel ene di nhwa animu wudi free Sambra Hotel a wo sane e de ko nanka na en Hagan ho no ane oho ana KFM musical shop de to so mienu ya bie no foforo na de e kan ne se emfidie papa etimiche de wode ya sorry de wode agoro ahodo dwuma de bia wode obehia eye emfidie mekira musical instrument bia no eye KFM ento wo se Ghana muntie Asanteman muntie eye KFM musical shop ana sabre ya bie no foforo mu no chan ewo Prempeh the second street we free all men come down na wo sane ede ko adum no ane udu Sambra Hotel kwantane so na wa dane onsani fa so oho ana KFM musical shop yi ewo ye ne Sambra Hotel ana ehwe animo ye twa abrebia
gina mese se be ya proud ana se me ye dwa na free Kumasi ya dum KFM instrument store obi bisasa se bo me fu dia what to no woni sida what dey near my papa ejira wonim na what to no say yes what to no bibi aka wakoma ni nyina free KFM instrument store Kumasi ya dum se mi jira ho na me to no ma bitimi nya ho me ka fi se fi papa mu anim na mi jina no wo be tro ye ko ma ya do se kana twa nanka kaneu ensanfu ayi
Fraba e jaso ni o yanom ehyen a en use fuel we so yensesa oil ne wo hia ene ni key ehyen egumechi nyina eye lip moto Giomi anase nami eyemu bia wo sabeka wo KFM limited e wo Ghana ha lip moto abefu kansa abi yanom emwede sanso efe wa hwe interiors here ka hear me timusisi ya ne friend on lip moto it was 3 modes of driving obetimi a switch so open temo a obe na sports mode so open say we save you battery a obetimi use economy mode na say we pentem na we pe normal riding so a your friend on standard we charge your battery within 6 hours a ebetumi do Kumasi aba metre 310 kilometers into woni how ubetumi so the 3 hours fast charger a charge na na you full bonama na Kumasi aba say no me try the aka no Giomi ne awo hia ne key make sure say key ne ben wa wo hwese na interior on it na black and white papa so no FSN yo wa screen tentin e bo ma hu car no battery aka na ma hu mileage nso wo so when so de etu kwan 320 kilometers and sana was charge ubetimi a charge in 6 hours fast charger ye 3 hours abefu efidie ye nso ubetimi a drive no in 3 modes eye standard sports and na say economy so wo pentem to say me a yanom choose sports what say ubetimi to kwan fi Kumasi ama wo battery ni bi so aka because eye 320 kilometers wo charge in 6 hours ubetimi nya full battery na wonya fast charger so 3 hours per your set making sure so okay ni kan ho onye sa wakem ubi e do na start Chili Giomi black and white makoma swat man san kawo de yen check de aka no nye no abefo de ni mu ba ko ni o de awunya no wuki making sure so key ni ben onye sa wakem wheel no efe leather na ewo mu no so down so eye gray ni yo ma hodo mienu de ni hakakra ene de mu odu esanso was screens mienu wey e ma information a hunya wo car ne ho nyina ase besia bonyum papa your friend entertainment de a wo hia no ane e bas ubetumi so driving in 3 modes just like the others standard and I say sports so open tema car wey so e betumi etu kwan Kumasi aba 330 kilometers Chema udu kra betumi jesi so no abonyum kakra ansa na edu wo charge na 6 hours No. So bet me so charge no 3 hours. If I no fast charge. E you no mu nyina. KFM Limited. And they are big just so. Fraying near me un sanka wo de ententem. So open installment. A high purchaser. And train one nase. We've got you solid. Yanume, on sabetumi aka fidie mu bia e wo KFM Limited. On sabeke fidie no na watua no nkakra we unya no bebia age KFM Limited. Fraying ever sort out.
Sanda se mu akwa babi mfambra nyimeno nsianka se wo KFM TV eso yedasi ye pass we fidie negusu adahe ya ye won framem tentan fidie no KFM TV GH on Facebook and YouTube kan hwe na nsema hodo etwegu TV ne so no kohwa obenya bisa pepepe ewo abefo kwan so meto ansem ne so akonsem foforo mu na nwumre yi etbi dia ma odi ame konkwanta South mensine no emu na enedwe me no kase no mbreka krebetweja ebeto mu se sisia no kopie mu amentinmu ase basabasa ye ntokwa ekoso dendende a eno enya asem keto akra na numu na enkwanta South eye MC ya wo honom no wono aba mountain ye ora Joseph entry awao na nsem o kenyina ne se sisia na eba na etro ahodo e wo se omogigye ebo eho kyekire na eho nkan kro na wo mu entimi ngigye nam entokwa ama ne ho meso ewo saa bia ye no emu no na numu na oche senka sika anka de bia ne abra no mutimi egye no 300,000 550,000 Ghana cedis na omo a oni e kasa sisi a no emu be se 300,000 Ghana cedis no mo ensa kanti we de omo strempanyi for se omo bransa ba mu na ntokwa amema ne ho meso wo ho no eto entimi brase koba se brase dia impuntu nyuma mapo mo hwe ani mu so mo de sa sika no ebenya no mo sa aka de be nyina no bibia no betimi akoyura wa nensema ode tudwa no enyi.
Well, I would say the whole staff, that is the assembly staff, close to 200 plus staff, because it comprises of all the sectors in the municipality, so close to 200 and plus. It started somewhere 25th June, as I said. So we had a meeting in August. So they promised and assured us that by 2nd of September, so far as camp has been restored, they will allow them to come, and surely they did that for us. So staffs are back to work.
To the committee that just yesterday some gunshots were heard.
Yesterday, I think when I set off from Nkwanta is very far to Accra, about 6-7 hours. So along the road, I got information from the national security that someone has been shot on his way from farm. And it's like it has become something that it's like being a target shooting. They don't now come out like before because of the security measures we've put in place. But now they turn it to maybe go and then lay ambush for people who go to farm, and then on their way they get them killed. So that is what happened yesterday. So as I indicated to the committee, we discussed with the regional minister, the regional security council. Immediately from here, we are going to have another strategy where we are going to see to it and see how we can apprehend those people, we can get them arrested and then face the law.
If this continues, what will be its impact on work within the area?
As for work and then revenue mobilization, Nkwanta is struggling, I will not lie to you, because people are fleeing and work is not going on. So we are only talking to our people. We are meeting the leadership, the chiefs, the opinion leaders, to let them know the reason why we must have total peace in Nkwanta for development to thrive. So we are on, and I hope, inshallah, it will happen.
What are choice causing this?
Well, I can't delve much into it, but it's communal clashes. So we are now having most of the dialogues to let everybody understand that arms will not solve the problem, but law will solve the problem for us. So if we have a case, go to the court, and then court will settle it for you. So that is what we are moving on now.
Finally, for me, if you say it's affecting your revenue, what has been the percentage, the level of revenue that you were accruing before, and then since these incidents started? How has it impacted?
Well, when I assumed office, we were doing about 80-90% of revenue mobilization. But as it stands now, we are doing somewhere 60-50%, which is affecting the municipality. Nkwanta is very big, and with a lot of deprived communities across the municipality. So it's affecting us. Without the internal generated fund, I think we don't have anything to do. And we have to let the people know that development is first than whatever we are doing. So we should rather embrace peace than what we are doing to our own selves. And what bothers some of us is that most of the tribe, they are intermarried. And we don't understand why this conflict. You see this one marrying this one marrying this one living together with themselves. But we don't know what is happening. So we are only...
Yankwan pipi ameni okone mwe na senye ye nyina ye ni mu na afia ye ba besima fimpi mienu ni aduonu nsia January boso me ne de etwa to no e na presidential primaries no mo de ba be hihye so na chese wono mo omokondo so beti bi ejire behima me pipi ameni okono mo wo ho akwanya bebre na e na akofa wono form sa omo chese you o beti mi ejira ma bibia no etimi akoye na de oka ho bi eye odimonyamfo yaw edu trim na enka no na yeso afo hwe ehumesua ho se mo man Ghana ha no so akofa ne form so che so begine mu ehim e dia ma NPP amani oko no e wo ye afia ye ba besi bibia koyi na chese betimi aba be ye o mampanyi e wo man Ghana ha no ne nsɛmtwerɛfo hye atwetwe nkomo no wo de to anim e kan nsɛm bebre na nanumu e no wura no ne twetwe nkomo no bisa ne se ya afimpi mienu ne aduonu nan na nka okwa akoye eye running mate abedi echi na chese di onu ugire mahim franka no wo tai na chi na bibia koya na nka aba be vice president mampanyi abedi echi na ne ba ne se ne nei wonu akasa aba be ginem so oba be fa forms ne na kunimdi etimi akwa ama no e wo sa kwan so no aba be yo mampanyi wo man ga na o se o ye tro aba ne wie ne onu aye ne hwehwe mu hu bibia se Ghana fo hia onumonyamfo se ya wedutwum so betena so a o ne be bo man ne cheche ne nam so am ne tutsa na mo no san se bi obetimi aba be mampanyi adenti na wotena ho aba be mampanyi abedi eche no nti ene ne watwe ne ti a o chese onya ne kondo so obedi mampanyi e wo man Ghana.
I'm really contesting because I've done my research and I know something. What I know is that Ghanaians are waiting for Dr. Yao Sedichu. If MPP delegates do me the honor of making me the flag bearer, it is going to be an interesting election.
If you didn't do it,
if you can be president, why wait for running mate? Why do you want to wait for number 2 when you can be number 1? The change is that I saw how we were beaten in the election.
Oraba ko no so yi ni ti wa MPP ameni oko ni mo no so nyaaya obeba be mampanyi o man Ghana ha eyo nmunya for Kennedy akompreko Japan kane no no na ye mrahye bedwani ma de hia wono mo asen central battle empeswa so nene ukopie mu agunanya kroma eye wono mo dom MPP ameni oko na chitafo ne bie no mo kire se mo gi owura yituma enya de se betimi ayeye sanso owura Kennedy Japan ne ho won sem ye pa ekoba so no mo di ni gire mu a ebe ha adwen kakra
o agunanya kro enti MPP yitu sana mo ene se issue ma aspirants work no ken nsem wo no ho secretary o agunanya kro enti MPP yitu sana mo ene se issue ma aspirants work no ken nsem wo no ho secretary o agunanya kro enti MPP yitu sana mo ene
no ebiem no Ral Haji Mohammed Nashiru wono so aba be kasa wo che se ko ne de empanifo okodi ombeti bibia omo ye de ombeti bi na emom no ye important mu ni afen so bia ya hodo aye wono wono mo so mo nka omo humbo mu bi sansa wo hwe ne ye NPC amani oko na womo bo mo humodin pa ene ye blue gat ahodo ya ye nso ani afe ye nkwa ya ahodo ya ti omegu montiri mu a wono mo kohye kwa ye nim edo ye fome gudie ye tu ede gu omo abotomu enye omo ho no sankofo ni no mu gusu etu omo so sa na emom no empanyifo ye nanso aka bebre na nti obi anka ne humbom titu ni empotemu ahodo no na ahemfo ni ahemo mo so no fom na isi fom bi se be ya galamsi a ye gusu ekwo no ye betu so sa
A lot that has been done. I mean, the water guards that have been trained, the several initiatives that have been taken by the ministry and agencies under the ministry are there for everybody to see. And they're on the field. People are seeing the improvement. I have also heard him say that, I mean, some of the forest areas that were no-go zone even for the states because of how recalcitrant and, I mean, strong those in that area are today. The government has been able to fight and you know, move them from the forest areas they occupy. So clearly, if we want to judge from what we are seeing today and what we have seen before, there is some improvement.
Why has the airline not been repealed?
Well, the repealing of the airline has become so necessary today. Why? Because even the Minister of Lands and Forestry himself is pushing for that airline to be repealed. And that is what is working toward. You and I know that as we speak now, Parliament is on recess, and they need to come back and get all these things done. So in every area, at any angle that you want to discuss this issue of Galamsey, I maintain that the current government is doing much more in the fight against Galamsey, and all he needs is our support. We have seen how the media, everybody came together to support the ex-Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo MPP administration in the fight, and we realize how it ended. I mean, more of a fiasco than we expected. People were disappointed, seriously, as a result of what happened. But that is not the case today. You are seeing clearly some commitment on the part of government. You are seeing clearly some commitment on the part of regulatory bodies to ensure that we turn the tide. And that is exactly what we hope should happen. And I have maintained that, look, this can only happen if we get the support of all. Now there is the need for the support of the people, because Galamsey happens in localities, in communities, and there are people living in those communities. Indeed, there are chiefs who have vowed that Galamsey can never go on in their area, and we've seen how progressive their communities are.
You're free where now. Adishia Becca and Chebia and Arabia friend says Susie Penaman, then ye 7-day Adventist or Musinia High School ye na abofrey ekobi. Neno the nam suma maintimwase kakrasi ye warning a colleague ba kwa friend Bernard and temwe nam suma puma true the ni santaya. Ababa weddings and seme panenya sem ketwa nenumu and no bunyan for Ibrahim Muhammad Eban Sabaimu, Ibrahim Mahama, Mufanche meye. Garaman Penny, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, Nini Abe Mabe Mua, and Obefa Abaye Kopi Mobi Manso, UK, Ekoshe Yama Sisia Nino, Yakopo Wadom, Sisiano Eye, na more fields or more hospital back when no land in UK mining mono, and our doctor Fujina where Shenani, almost science so the Nako Moche says Sisia de, Bibia did an Aquemwa, Ombeti Yamana Twaso, Akosuku, Nemum no Biaya no way ye. Adventist school no emono sisi e na firi hɔ a omode ne ba betwa so onto aso school foforo ewo my Ghana hanenu na Susie Penaman da wono mo ba nsaban beboa ne nyina sisi o ma ya de titru eni Ibrahim Mahama so timi de ni kotokom sikaye sa adwumedie nyina nei ba san so enya neni no ebiem dokita ne ni kasa owieye na Susie Penaman so kasa ento aso no eni.
Today is the Tuesday, the 16th of September. We're just over 3 months from the original operation date for Susie, early June. I've seen her today. I'm very pleased with her. She's doing so well. She's been such a brave girl. Her vision has come up leaps and bounds with her new glasses. And she's seeing very small print. I'm very happy with it. I mean, I think she's done so much better than we all expected. So, and you can see with a big smile on her face. She's doing everything on her own now. She's gone back to school. And I'm sure she's going to do very well in her studies. to support her in such an amazing journey for her, and to support her treatment in the best hospital in the world, yeah, all fields. And it's worth every bit of effort that both Mr. Ibrahim Mahama and Susie and her family have put in, because it's really made a difference to her life. So well done to everybody with this. It wouldn't have been possible without everybody's contribution. Okay, good.
Yejina Susie pena mayen semi so na ya dan ye ho kakra bi e ba ye to ansem ne so e we dwedie. Yanko ye Ghana Gold Board no wonom asie ye no rasa meja mfine panyi kwanchrefa woda no hweme hon toto ye ne hon kan kro no etimi e konani mu enei waba montini a odin sembi aba betudwa e dia fa ketasi hye ne proye kankan dwedie bi akoso efomegudie to a enam so amasika kese pa na nka ekomu no yakopon afefi amomonsa etimi aka wo kire mu kwan a wo munya asa eyente ye no eni afin so na mutu ya omukwachi sa adi hye nei sa sika no eni egudie na san so abeka wo no se nchiremu rasa meja mfi ye de tudwa wo sansem ne mo ye to aso
As upon getting the tip off, we deployed our task force to the area. We mounted a research around the Winneba Junction. We had the number plate details of the vehicle that was dispatched on this very occasion to go and take delivery of the gold from Tapa. What they do is that they take delivery of the gold at Tapa from our licensed trader, bring it to Accra, aggregate it, and then they smuggle the gold across the border. Smuggle it.
Yeah. Key stations. Wow.
Yenjina so na yen dan ni ye ba ye wie bibia wo enigire ensemu. Yanto aso enigide ensemu famani efienwie kase ni nyina ye kwa ejako abrantie wono otwasini wo man Ghana ha na nansemu de ode ne ho aforifori amani osemu kakra na wababe kasa na obi anso enim weyi na enim se odom eye the New Patriotic Party NPP amani okun sasa fimpi mienu ne aduonu nan ne nto abokwan so bo ne homoden egbo obi pa ye de boa amani okun waba montene ane nsemu okanyina no wo chenze sei no Ghana fo bi nim bebre na esu omo sunu gujem omo tempenten kwa ni nyina se ndisi ameni okwa aban a omo aba omo buo no sebio amemu fon pa enkoye enka sekora ntinkebe ya se ne enkoye nyina yenka ye hu bom na yenya adwen baako na yento aba ne ya fimpi mienu ne adonu wotwe ne sanfa eye the New Patriotic Party NPP ameni okone embra ba enwa ne subiem se be ya nkunimdie ne nkan kro ne nchichire mapai na ye hwe animu no yensa betimi aka
esese NPP abano esa baban etifi anafo apue ni atoye Ghana fo nyina esu se nakakra ya se de omampanyin kufo omampanyin akufu ado esi tutu wo man no edi ko gina ye no omumu ne sa asesa no omumu ne se eniema esa etisan se sa na osu hu ne dia eni ne edi ene sese NPP mpanyinfo yeye the bebe etiri mu nyina nse esese musa ba ben anase esa ba ben na hwan ne betimi aba begina saa okun kase wia no sebe enyum na meto sini na miye comedy na miye emfa ni moto a meto no sini a miyi no sebe na nka nchem se ni adwen de da metiri mu no ano odin yeso pa na muntie mi wasopam
Evzen da sanse mi so ene sema hodo ene nwume ye boaboa no sa kan kese be sumo KFM TV so ne fa ne nyina mbra wieye ansa ne be kone sem no di mu akotene bi ene ene eye swafo no hwe ya hwenti ade bo ho sem o man Ghana ha onmunyafo Joseph Nikpe obekasa ya accountability series media na se no chemse nche bia no ye de wiemu hye be kwa akopie mu e wo bogatanga ne nyina na be abebo am yakwentro ho sem no etimi afa ne ntima pa ede fra sanso ne coins em foforo mu edema wo na ya aguna nya akromu eye wono mo do MPP ameni oku mo wo ho no wo mo kire se Kennedy a compare kwa Japan a watwe ne ti se onya obedi mampanyi wo man Ghana ha no wo mu kire se nya de se betimi aboa sanso owura no ne ho won sempa sanso na nsem foforo mu ye bowre dwedie nsem a ne nyina no eyura asami Jenfioda gold board na no na ye keta hye dwedie bi e course no wode hunchemu ahodo ne betru ye ne sankofo ya chi omu nyina no emra no ene wonom ba abedi eni gide ensem wo ne jako nso be kasa wo chese amemu a ndisi amenu ko ni bu no enkoye kra ti Ghana fo nyina nko mutimom na ye ba betru aba ne bi omu ntoma MPP amenu ko no sanse omo eno man no ehun kan kro ne do makomapo no so mbetena so metimi ahwe ama bibia no akoye na ensem afoforo bi no meka we hu don hwe ba ko ntemedasi ye pa so wa di ya kai hunchemu nyina no so yato yebo etimi ede asomo mi ameje bre ni adaje ma o so je brad ni adaje hwe mi na de nsem ne bre wo eye Afia Fosuah Oduahoma Sresrebidi freme me fia yada asi ama omo makra